Hey, what's up guys? Ken here from the Retro Toyscapades channel. Today I'm checking out a classic retro piece from 1986. It's Chuck Norris's Karate Corvette. Now this massive right here is from the Chuck Norris and the Karate Kommandos cartoon and toy line of the same name from Kenner Toys. Anyway, the Karate Kommandos was a very short-lived series with only a handful of figures and just one vehicle produced for the toy line. But man, did they go all out with this vehicle. It's packed with so much plastic real estate that I'm certain the Karate Corvette here holds the title of the biggest pop culture toy sports car of the 1980s. If you can think of a toy sports car that belonged to a classic toy or cartoon property of the 80s that was bigger, let me know in the comments section. Anyway, let's get down to checking out this beast. The vehicle has all these engravings on the hood and sides that look like Chinese characters. But on closer inspection, it's actually the initials CN, which stand for Chuck Norris, of course. You'll be happy to know that the Karate Corvette is seriously heavy. It's not just hollow plastic if that's what you think. No, hollow plastic is the toys of today. This thing right here is heavy. Now I do wish they equipped it with rubber tires instead of plastic ones, but I guess they had to compromise on the cost somewhere. Okay, so we're going to place a Chuck Norris figure into the Corvette, and I have to say that Kenner did a really nice job in capturing Chuck's likeness. I guess they didn't want him turning up at the factory and giving everyone a roundhouse kick to the face. But Chuck here looks just like he did in the 1980s. In fact, he looks the same even today. I guess Chuck Norris is so tough that he doesn't stop for time. No, time stops for Chuck Norris. Here's a look at the interior dashboard of the Corvette. You get some nice stickers that show off the computerized panels, sort of like Knight Rider. And then you have a racing style steering wheel that actually turns. Very cool stuff. Okay, now let's get into the Karate Corvette's action features. Pressing down on the windshield releases a secret pop-out blade. And pressing on the center of the roll bar releases a set of blades on both sides. They call these Shinobi slicers. What's interesting is that both slicers have different emblems engraved on them. So if you're looking for replacements on eBay, you would have to look really closely. Okay, so the Corvette is weaponized for the front and the sides, but how about the rear? So this thing comes with these 6 large throwing discs that you can place on the top of the back spoiler. Now what you need to do is extend the spoiler so that you have something of a trampoline in place. And once you have that, you just flip the discs at the enemies attacking you from the back. See how that goes? When not in use, the spare discs have slots in the back of the car where you can park them. Now I have to say the trampoline disc action feature is maybe a bit creative, but it's also pretty lame. For something of this size, I would expect the discs to fire out forcefully through some form of spring mechanism instead. Okay, remember when we said that this thing was ridiculously huge? Hey man, we weren't kidding. In fact, it's totally out of scale with probably every other toy car you own. Now for comparison, here's the Corvette alongside another very cool and memorable vehicle from Kenner Toys in the 1980s, the Rhino from Mask. As a kid, I used to think the Rhino was pretty big. Here, it looks dwarfed by the immensity of the Karate Corvette. And for another comparison, and also from Kenner's Mask series, here's their own Corvette, the cool Raven. Okay, next to Chuck's car, the Raven looks almost like an ant. Okay guys, so that's my throwback look for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like, share and comment, and of course subscribe to the channel so that we can keep it growing. Let me know also what your favorite 80s toy vehicle was, and if you were a fan of the Karate Commandos. Thank you. I'll catch you guys again soon.